What's going on, guys?
Looks like it might be trying to play two layers at one time. Let me double check though. Okay, cool. I think the music should be gone. I'm hoping.
It should be good, right?
It should be
We're
good.
live?
We are live. So what is up, everybody? Hey, what is up? What's up? So how's it going, David? How's it been?
Hey, man, it's going. Hanging in there, having a good time. What about you, man? How's it going?
It's going all right. I was planning on going fishing on Saturday. That came down with the mighty old bug that's been going around, and actually, I came down with it on I did the overnights at work, and the lack of sleep or messed up schedule, it killed my immune system. So I went in on Friday morning, and I just went home. I went home after the guy came in to cover me, and then I spent Saturday at home sick. So I killed my fishing. But that's how it goes. So we want to welcome our special guests tonight, Bryan A. and Bryan R., the tournament directors.
How you guys doing?
The tournament director for the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. We'll be talking about that tonight. So how's it going, fellas?
Not too bad. How about you
Not
guys?
too good. Trying to stay dry. A lot of rain up here.
Yeah. Been doing any fishing or anything?
With the weather lately, it's been tough to get out, but
Yeah.
we try.
Come on, man. You got to be a diehard. Get out there.
Yeah.
You're not-
Reading had 7 inches of rain. They had a thunderstorm come through yesterday. Dumped 7 inches of rain in a few hours. And I posted a few pictures in Yakubass, but the Shasta, the Sacramento River is just roaring up here right now.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That's crazy, and it's just like brown, completely brown.
Brown
Nice.
and over the sides in a lot of areas, over the banks, and it'd be like fishing a new river when it all settles down.
Yeah, really. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of rain, man. I went to work this morning, and the wind was blowing so hard. I could actually watch the wind blow the rain on the ground. So you could actually watch the wind. It was actually one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time.
Rain's coming in sideways.
Yeah, like Forrest Gump. You know,
Yeah.
rain. Every time I see the wind blowing and it's raining, it's always I think of. That's one of my favorite movies. So you guys haven't been out. I haven't been out. David, have you been out? No.
Nope.
Man, I'm fingers crossed for this weekend.
Went to Comanche a couple weeks ago, but it was tough out there. And yeah, man, I haven't been out.
Yeah, hoping I get to go out this weekend. We'll see. So we want to start off with a reminder for everybody to remember to sign up for the Yakubass online photo contest. Right now we have 55 anglers signed up right now, which is surprising.
It's a lot of people.
That's quite a bit. I hope that's reflective of how we're going to be doing for the whole year as far as numbers of anglers. So we want to give a shout out to Matt Guthrie, who's actually leading. He's actually got a full limit. He's got the full 8 fish right now. He's leading with 120 and 3/4 inches for his 8 fish. So
That's crazy.
I don't imagine that's going to hold for all that long, but we'll see. We still basically got the whole month left. I think
We've got a limit already. It's time to start calling.
I'm pretty sure this ends up running practically the full 4.5, 5 weeks, something like that. So.
Yep.
And then I also want to give a shout out to the guy who's got the biggest fish. It took me a little while to kind of scroll through and figure it out, but Adam Coons, he's got a 22 and 1/4 inch big fish right now. So that's roughly that's a big bass. It's fat, looks like a big old football. I think he even caught it. Did he even catch it on Super? No, he caught it on Saturday. It would kind of been funny, the Super Bowl football kind of. I don't know, anyways. When I looked up what's the release lure, ruler. It has basically estimations on how big the fish is based on how long it is. That's my go-to. So based on the estimations on that, it's roughly 6.5 pounds, something like that. He said he measured it on a not so great scale, and it said it weighed 7 pounds. So I believe it. It was fat enough. I think it could have been a 7-pounder. You know.
Big fish, man. 22 inches.
Yeah, that's a big old pig. So with that, we want to go and get started.
Yeah.
So Bryan, go ahead and tell us about Headwater Adventure Company up there in Reading. Where are you and et cetera? Go ahead.
Yeah, we're in Redding, California. Started about 6 years ago, mainly as a rental company and tour guided trip company, and adventure company. And it's kind of grown into kayak sales, rentals, tours. We do all kinds of stuff up here.
Right on. What lines of kayaks do you carry?
Yeah, so we carry Hobie, Feel Free, Eddy Line, Emotion. We've got kayaks for everybody up here.
Right on.
Paddle boards, whatever you guys are looking for.
Right on. What would you say is like your guys' like number one, your most popular rig, your most popular boat?
Definitely Hobie.
Without a doubt, huh?
Hobie's got to be our biggest sellers up here.
The
hand is the only way to go.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of curious, seeing where you guys are located, and with the ever growing SUP culture. How is that up there? I'm actually really curious.
Yeah, so we kind of just now tapped into paddleboards and sales, rentals, that kind of stuff. Hobie did release the Eclipse, which was their pedaling paddleboard.
Mm-hmm.
Seen that? I think sick.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. So that took off a little bit for us, and we're getting into quite a few inflatables. We do Pauhana, Glide. We're also now starting a SUP yoga with a local yoga instructor here in town. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Right on, man. Trying to think. And then we also our guest sitting on your left, and it would be our right. We have Bryan Rusk, who is the chapter coordinator for the HOW chapter of NorCal, Heroes on the Water. Go ahead and tell us about HOW there a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Probably a lot of people on right now are familiar with Heroes on the Water, but their mission is to take wounded warriors out on the water, get them fishing, help them to relax, rehabilitate, and something unique about Reading area, it actually all started, it grew out of the NorCal chapter, and everybody started wanting to do something up here. And so we put together a small event, and we had some good help from the VA, and but there's not a lot of veterans up in our area, so we're going to focus on the therapeutic side of HOW up here, and that's one of the reasons we're doing the tournament. We're trying to raise some funds, and we want to get a trailer and have 3 or 4 nice kayaks. And for instance, I'm working with the local VA. There's about 100 veterans that have caregivers, and they've let them all know, and the caregivers are already talking to me, and we just want to be able to real quick grab some kayaks, take them out onto one of the local lakes, and take them paddling for a day or two, and whenever they want to. And that's our goal with HOW up here.
Right on. It's a really cool thing, HOW. I've been meaning to get out to one of the events and give a hand, but hopefully this year, I'm thinking we'll be able to do that.
Sure. All volunteers are always welcome. It's don't ask a lot of questions, just get people on the water. So.
Right on.
Awesome.
We want to remind everybody tonight, to stick around at the end of the show. We will be doing our weekly giveaway from last week, where we'll actually spin the wheel.
Right.
David made the wheel, so we'll do that. And
We got a whole pack of Yamamoto, a whole bunch of
actually,
Yamamoto plastics that Jason gave us.
What?
So,
and then
everyone's got to have those.
And then tonight's giveaway for sharing. Make sure you go ahead and share it. Make sure you share it publicly, and not just amongst your friends. Share it publicly, so that way we can add you to the giveaway. Otherwise, you miss out. Tonight's giveaway products are. Go ahead, David. Show it.
I got a couple chatterbaits, and it's actually a white and chartreuse and a white one with some white super flukes to throw on the back of that.
Right on. Pretty good
Everyone's
deal
gotta have
there.
those, right?
Yeah, that's what, like $25 worth of stuff almost, something like that.
Something like that.
So, anyways, be sure to share, get the word out for Kayak Bass Live, and bring some more exposure to Shasta Bass Kayak Classic, and so we can get more participants up there and help support Heroes on the Water. And
It's gonna be it's gonna be an awesome event for a good cause. Beautiful Lake Shasta.
Right on. We got any questions going there, David, yet?
Nothing yet. Everyone's joining. What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Got a bunch of people joining.
Right on.
Chris just joined. Matthew Brandon's joining. Eric Martinez.
Right on.
A bunch of other people.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
What up? So.
Put your questions down there, guys.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Get active. Start talking. Start commenting, liking, sharing. Get involved. It helps everybody. So.
Yeah, sir.
Can I throw something in on the giveaway?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
On the giveaway. What you got?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but hand carried from Hong Kong.
A little higher.
It's a
little higher. There we go.
Japanese,
right there.
Yamashita, and this is called a mouse caster.
Don't make the mistake that I did and say it wrong the first time.
So it floats, and off the back of it, there's a wire off the back of it. So you cast it, and this floats, and then you put a leader on behind it, and whatever you want to hang off of it. So if you look it up, it goes around $20 or something. So another prize, and see somebody put this to good use and see if they can stir up a big bass chasing a plastic mouse. I don't know. See what happens. I'll throw that in too.
Right on. Well, thanks, Bryan, for that. Make sure
Straight
you guys share it, man.
Guys.
We want to get people, entered into that giveaway, because who doesn't want to win free stuff, right? So with that, let's go ahead and move right into the bread and butter of what we're wanting to talk about. The Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. When, where, how? Go ahead.
Well, I'm the tournament director also. Well, Bryan's the director, but I'll be the main director for the tournament. And the way this evolved was as Heroes on the Water up here, Headwaters Adventure's been working with us, and I asked them, and they asked me, and it was kind of a thing like, let's do a tournament, let's do something to raise some money for Heroes on the Water. And at the same time, Hobie started talking, the Hobie dealership, and about a Hobie Worlds qualifier, fishing qualifier. There's really nothing on the West Coast. So we started putting the thing together as a how thing, and then once Hobie started talking to us, and I run another tournament back east. I grew up in California, but was back east for 20 or 30 years, and I do Chesapeake Bay Kayak Anglers. I still do it back there, still director. We do a tournament on the Chesapeake Bay every year, about 100 guys, so have some experience running tournaments. And with that, Hobie was willing to take a chance on us and do this qualifier too, get one out here on the West Coast. And so that's how the whole thing evolved. And it's been a lot of permitting and a lot of planning and a lot of things happening, but we finally got there. And it's March 25th and 26th. We couldn't really talk about the Hobie qualifier until they gave us the go-ahead, and we had to wait till the Forest Service gave us the permits, and the Department of Fish and Game and Bridge Bay Resort, and all the things had to come together. So we realized the whole thing's a little last minute. We realized there's a little concern about the entry fees and where to stay, and not a lot of information getting out. So it's really great you guys are letting us talk about it tonight, and hopefully we'll answer some of those questions. And that's the reason we're here.
Absolutely, I'm all for helping grow the sport, and I believe this is a great way to do so.
Absolutely, yeah, man.
Right on.
Huge.
So let's maybe talk some more to the details. So what is the entry? What do you guys charge?
The entry fees $100, and but with that at least $30 of that is going to go to Heroes on the Water. Every entry fee, at least 30 is going to go to Heroes, and more hopefully, because the more sponsors we get, the more people we get signed up, the more cash flow. We want to do some payout. We want to do some but of course up here on Shasta with the Forest Service, there's a lot of permits and a lot of expenses. But man, the sponsors are really showing up now. We're up to 18 sponsors. We're going to have some great gifts, raffle prizes, and with the entry fee, not only do you get $30 goes to Howe, but everybody's going to get raffle tickets. We're not going to do a separate raffle, but because of some rules and Howe's requirements and different things, we just decided we're going to give everybody raffle tickets that signs up. So, and that's included. And we're going to do captain's bags, and we got some good gifts for the captain's bags, and we're going to do a T-shirt. So, and then we've got some great prizes to give away. And our goal is that everybody gets something from this, and then the guys that do well in the tournament, somebody's going to go to the Worlds qualifier, and that guy's going to win the Worlds. That's our goal. So March 25th and 26th, Friday night is going to be the captain's meeting. It's going to be right here at Headwaters in Reading. We'll do the captain's meeting. Then we'll pass out the tokens and go over the rules and do everything. Depending on the number of people, we're going to fish from Bridge Bay Resort, and then if we hit a certain number, we'll start opening up other ramps so people have an option.
Yeah.
But we got to just see how many people sign up and what happens. But I tell you, there's some good fishermen signed up already, and it should be good. The lake is like brand new. It's so high, and it's going to be, even the locals that have been fishing it for the last 4 or 5 years, they're going to have to find the fish too. So it should be good competition, good time.
Jeff Brewer wants to know if it's going to be an annual event.
That's the plan. I don't know who's on or who watches or who knows what, but the Jamaica Bay back on the East Coast, it gets over 300 kayakers now, and they do a Howe and they do a Hobie Worlds qualifier. And Kentucky Lake, they're a big event, and they're a Hobie qualifier, and then they, in the KBF, and they do a separate Howe. And so it would be great to just start an annual thing here and combine a good tournament, raising money for Heroes on the Water, and do it every year. And Hobie's with us. If we put on a good show and we get a good turnout and do a good tournament, Hobie's with us. So,
we have there are a couple guys asking, are there any campsites at the lake? And if you guys have been fishing it, what's the water clarity like, and what's been working out there right now?
Well, some of you guys might know Jesse Bible. He's local. I forget his name on NCKA right now, but he fishes it a lot. And he's been catching 6-7 pounders up in a foot of water right now, because what's happened is all the points are finally covered up, and so the fish are coming up shallow. And then around tournament time, into March, pre-spawn will be starting, and then the spotted bass and the smallmouth bass will be in 9-10 feet of water, and the largemouth will be up shallow. And it's really, because sometimes when the lake's low, it seems like all the fish would be, but they're down deeper, and as they get up and cover the points. And, the western bass, Jason was on last week. They did real good, the western bass, So the water's a little muddy with all the rain, but hopefully the weather clears up here in the next week or two, and a month from now, it'll be a different lake than it is today, because Shasta's going to keep draining the lake, and then they're going to stop draining, and then they'll fill it up, and they'll let it fill to where they want it for the season, to make room for the runoff. So as for camping, there's a lot of camping. You can find U.S. Forest Service sites that are really cheap, no reservations. A lot of times they're dry sites, no power, maybe porta potties, water and porta potties there. If you look around Shasta, look in the Jones Valley area, look at Packers Bay. You can look at there's a resort I think I put it on our website. It's called Holiday Harbor. They're right on the water, and they do houseboats, and they have RV, and they have tenting. And in Reading, which is only maybe 10 miles, Bryan?
Yeah.
10 miles up the Bridge Bay. There's some RV parks in Reading. There's a lot of just major brand motels if you're not camping. Bridge Bay Resort, I think it's around $65 a night is what they're given for tournament rate. And you stay there, you launch there, and I know the expense is something that everybody has to consider, and we understand that.
$65 a night's not too bad,
worthwhile
though.
thing. What's that?
$65 a night's not that bad.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
split that with somebody else,
It's right there. And if you stay at Bridge Bay Resort, you get your launching fees are included with it, and they've got a restaurant there, and they give you like a 25% discount in the restaurant. And then if you don't want to pack a lunch, you can pre-order a boxed lunch. I think it's like $12. And because they do big bass boat tournaments all the time, 100, 150, 175 boats. So they're all set up for this, and they're glad to have kayaks.
Is there a cap on how many anglers?
What's that?
Is there a cap on how many anglers can be in the tournament?
Our limit, I don't know if we'll hit it, but our limit is going to be 150 this year.
Oh, wow.
Whether we hit that much or not, I have no idea. We'll see. But that's our goal. What's limiting us is going to be the banquet room we're going to use for the award ceremony. Only holds 175. So we only can fit 150 plus all the volunteers in there. But as for parking and everything, it shouldn't be an issue. And I'll post some pictures. I went up there yesterday. They're giving us the north ramp at Bridge Bay, and literally you drive into the parking lot, you go past the office, the motel's up on the right, you park right below the motel, and the ramp's right there to launch. The lake's so high, it's just going to be a pavement, concrete ramp. And then you hit the water right there, go around the corner, and you hit that bridge, the I-5 bridge that goes across. And there's going to be fish hanging on those pilings and on all those points. So it's going to be real easy to get where the fish are and real convenient to launch right there.
Another quick question. We got Matthew Brandon asking if there's any chance of changing the time for next year. He says this one's too close to the KBF National Championship. So then he said it seems to be like that every year.
Yeah, we because of all the things that had to come together, and a lot of it has to do with how fast you can work through the permit process, what weekends are available. You know, on Shasta, a lot of weekends are taken up by bass boats, and the U.S. Forest Service only allows so many tournaments. And this is really the first big kayak tournament on Shasta, as far as we know. Yeah. So this is a new thing, but there's a lot of excitement. The Fish and Game, the Forest Service, Phil's Propeller, the local bass fishermen. We've had a lot of good feedback from them on doing this kayak thing. So yes, we will try to arrange it to where it's not so close to the KBF. We understand that was an issue, but if we got into April and May and June, pretty soon you're into all the tourist season, and you're into the lake full of bass boats and houseboats and skiers and and Headwaters. They're very nice sponsoring this. Nobody's making any money on this thing. It's either going to go to Hal, it's going to go to payout, or it's going to go to pay some of our expenses. But nobody's going to make a dime off this thing. So Headwaters is kicking in, and they've got a business to run too. And they rent kayaks, and the weekends are busy. So we took all those things into consideration. But if the turnout's good and Hobie likes us and everything goes well, then yes, we'll have a whole year to set up the next one.
So with that, real quick, seeing how Headwaters putting this on, are you guys running a promotional or rental rate for that event for those who maybe don't have a kayak and want to fish?
Yeah, so if you don't have a kayak, you can rent one from us. We're going to be doing a promotional rate for that weekend for the tournament. We just haven't quite decided on what that's going to be, but it'll definitely be a discounted rate for any of the kayak fishermen during the tournament.
All right, so
awesome.
with that, what is a normal one? So that way we kind of have people have an idea of maybe what to expect. Obviously, it's going to be reduced, but what a normal rental day is.
Our normal rate for a weekend is $65.
Oh, that's nice.
But even that is fairly affordable. But we'll definitely do a discounted rate for the tournament.
Okay, cool. So those of you bass boat guys who are watching, that's an option. Guys Plus, this is what I tell everybody that I run into. I grew up fishing out of a bass boat, and now I fish out of a Hobie. A Hobie is the closest you can get to being in a bass boat without being in a bass boat. That doesn't have a motor, okay, right? We can put a motor on it too, I guess, but doesn't have it. You can stand in it, hands-free fishing, can't beat it. That's why I'm in one.
Now they reverse.
Yeah, now they reverse.
I know, crazy.
Yeah, I still haven't.
Hey, Wes, did you ever fish up here on the lake? Any bass boat tournaments?
No, actually, I never have. My dad did all that stuff when I was growing up, and I never did. Kayak thing has got me back into that realm kind of thing. I've been doing mostly watching, but a couple years ago when I got into kayaking, it kind of got the ball rolling again. But yeah,
there's a shop up here, Phil's Propeller Shop. I know it sounds funny, Phil's Propeller Shop, but he's got a whole warehouse full of bass baits. And any tournament that comes through bass boats, everybody knows Phil's, and they go to him. He does a Larry report once a week, and he's sponsoring it. And I was there yesterday, and those guys, they actually asked me if we were going to do some kind of series up here, tournament trails with kayaks. They really want to help the kayaking get started on Shasta Lake. And so Phil's, what he's kicking in for as a sponsor, he's starting with 20 $10 gift certificates. And I told him what we do is on the first day of the tournament, we give the 20 bottom guys a gift certificate, and they can run down to Phil's and get something that's going to catch them fish.
There you go.
You said that's on the first day?
And he said he would hold the shop open if I would do that. So, I mean, that's the kind of response we're getting here. If he knows that we're going to give out those certificates on Saturday, and those guys want to run down to his shop, which is 6 or 7 miles away, and pick up something they might catch fish, then he's willing to do that. So they said the more people we get signed up, the more they'll kick in prizes and stuff. So we'll see where it goes.
Right on.
I'm
all for it. I had he's basically a cousin removed, right? He's my aunt by marriage's brother. My whole family's really close. Both, even my by marriage family. We grew up together. But anyways, he's my cousin's uncle. He used to drive from here in Modesto, Riverbank, Modesto. He would drive on the weekends up to Shasta because his buddy worked for Department of Fish and Wildlife at the trout hatchery, and he fished it all the time. So his buddy got to pre-fish and do all this stuff. But my buddy drive all the way from Modesto on like Friday when he got off of work at like 11 in the morning because he worked the night shift. He'd drive all the way up to Shasta and fish the tournament on Saturday, turn around and drive home to be at home on church on Sunday. And they used to tear it up there. There's probably a lot of guys up Shasta that know my cousin's uncle. His name's David Perminer. It is whatever, but you guys probably don't know. But anyways, that's what he used to do. And if a kayak tournament series kicks off, I'm all for it. I would be definitely consider it because spotted bass is my favorite to fish for. Granted, I love fishing for largemouth too, but spotted bass is what I grew up. It's what I know the best. It's what I feel most comfortable fishing for. Yeah. But anyways, so shout out to Phil's. Yeah, Phil's been around forever, and I grew up in the scene. I know Phil's does a lot for the bass fishing community, and he's basically the tackle shop in Redding, right?
He's definitely the biggest up here, and really supportive of helping us out. And So, and he shared our Facebook page today for the tournament with all the bass boaters that follow his page, and so right away we got bass boaters chiming in and looking at our page and liking it, and
right on.
you know, and it's good to see. So,
All good for growth, man.
yeah, good for growth for the kayak fishing. You know, I love kayak fishing, and I do these things. The tournament I run back east, we raise money for Make-A-Wish and CCA.
Oh, cool.
And that's why we do that one. We raise between $5,000 and $10,000 a year every year, and it's a great time. And we have like 65 sponsors and 100 guys on where they come and they tent and they camp. They go up and they fish the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and sure would like to see that turn that way here, where we could have some kind of like jamboree get together, like a typical tournament a lot of the guys do, and then have the serious side of it too. You know, for the Hobie qualifier. That'd be great to see it go that way.
Yeah.
Right on. Trying to think.
Well, can I name a few more sponsors? I got to get this in.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sponsor.
So we got Hobie, and Hobie's going to give us captain's bags and sun masks and caution flags. They're also throwing in a Hobie H crate, and then we have the Hobie Outback that somebody's going to win. Phil's I talked about, the gift certificates, and Shasta Bass Baits. Jeff Goodwin, he's a guide up here, and he does Shasta Bass Baits, and he's designing us a custom bait, and he's going to put some special colors in it for Shasta, for spotted bass, and that's going to become our logo, whatever that bait is. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but
Awesome.
we're going to have our own bait for the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. And then we got a Lowrance 5T Touch to give away. We've got Ego Extending Net. We've got Branson Baits. You guys all know Mike Lavoie. Mike's been a big help.
AOTY.
All that stuff.
I won some of those.
We got Scotty kicking in some rod holders, rails, and attachments. Bridge Bay Resorts comping some of the costs that we would have at the resort. They're kicking in. Action Hats is throwing in some hats, and we'll probably give that hat away on Saturday, and hope the person that wins it will wear it Sunday and maybe take some video out on the water so we can show Action Hats. Fish Sniffer is sending some prizes and subscriptions. B&B RV here in town, they kicked in a donation to Hal for it. Kayak Angler Magazine. Solquist is doing a PFD. Pacific Outfitters, Jeff Brewer, Pacific Outfitters, they let me know they're going to throw in a Lew's American Hero combination, rod and reel spinning combination for a prize. Ran across this new company. You guys might have seen him on Kayak Bass Fishing. Jason DeGrant, Never Lost Gear. He's got a new leash out, paddle and rod leash. He's throwing in a leash for every single participant.
Right on.
So that'll be in the captain's bag, you know. And GoPro, we're going to have a GoPro Hero 5 to give away. So some good prizes with the raffle. And again, the raffle tickets won't cost you any more. Depending on how many sponsors, we'll figure out how many we're going to hand out. And NRS. NRS is throwing in 3 PDFs to give away. PFDs, PFDs to give away. So, and then we're going to keep working on sponsors. And if you're out there and you want to be a sponsor donor, you want to be a part of this, contact us. Doesn't really matter to us. You know, there is some exclusivity for a couple things, but if you want to be a part of this, just let us know. Pro staff, anybody, contact us. The more the better. The more we give away, the more people want to fish and be part of it. So,
a lot of people are really pumped about how much stuff you guys are giving away. That's a ton of stuff you guys are giving away for one tournament. I mean, and like you said, everyone gets a raffle ticket. You guys don't have to go buy them. You guys get it with your entry. So that's a lot of stuff you guys are giving away. That's awesome.
Well, you know, Heroes on the Water is up to 80 chapters now, and they have a lot of rules to follow, and they're getting very particular about how we do things, and the third-party agreements, and running raffles, and it's just part of growing up as an organization. So the way to get around all this raffle stuff is you don't offer the tickets for money, you include it in the fee if everybody has equal shot. Then it's not gambling. It's not any kind of gambling. It's just part of
it's just a giveaway.
Just a giveaway. Everybody has a shot.
Awesome.
Right on. Just out of curiosity, do you happen to know the prices on campsites for those who want to camp, or maybe an estimate kind of thing?
That place at Holiday Harbor, I think it was like $30 a night. I think the U.S. Forest Service spots, if you get one, they run $10 to $20 a night, $15 a night. RV spots around here, 30 to 40, depending on where they are. And if you want to know if it's a good area or not, just contact me. I'll let you know if it's a good area or not.
So there's those parts in your neck of the woods too, huh?
Could get a bunch of guys together run a houseboat too.
Yeah, you could do houseboats. That's one thing. If you come up for 3 or 4 days, you're going to pre-fish. Bridge Bay is running a 15% off their wintertime houseboat rate right now. So you can sleep 6 or 8 guys. So
what are those running? What are those? Do you know what those run for?
I think their 8-person runs about $750 for 3 nights. But if you put 8 people on it, then you're less than $100 for 3 nights, staying 3 nights. So
yeah, so so about $30 or so a night. That's
$30 a night.
That's about the same as splitting it. Staying at the Bridge Bay Resort, right? Right. That's
Bridge Bay Resort is where it's at. Plus, you're right there where you're going to launch. You can come up with your wife, let your wife bring the kids, whatever, and come up like Thursday and pre-fish Thursday and Friday. So there's a lot of advantages to that if you and a group could do the houseboat, work out good.
That would be sweet.
Yeah. Hey David.
No, I guys watching.
Maybe we'll grow so big we'll get some sponsors to kick in, right? Rent a houseboat.
Yeah.
Invite guys up to stay in a houseboat. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely doable. Imagine we're gonna have guys coordinating here pretty soon because we're a month and a half out,
6 weeks away.
6 weeks, yeah.
We were going to when we first started. We had said it. We were going to bump we tried to get everybody signed up early to know how many people and how many T-shirts, and you guys all know how that goes with tournaments.
Uh-huh.
But I understand the hesitancy, and we'd probably leave the price at $100. But if they sign up the day of, then it's definitely going to bump up to $125. We just that last day just takes a lot to keep things. It's a headache. So
yeah, it's a headache.
But
Grant, we're moving along rather quickly.
Just so everybody knows, what's the date of the tournament again?
The date, the date.
March 25th and 26th.
Is it Saturday and Sunday?
Captain's meeting is here the 24th.
Captain's meeting's here on the 24th.
Friday night.
Okay, Friday night's captain's meeting. Okay. Well, we had the itinerary written out here. And we'll cover that later. So we want to remind everybody, share this post, help get the word out for the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic, and help spread the word about Kayak Bass Live. We are doing a giveaway again this week. Go ahead and show them our giveaway prizes for the evening.
Well, I picked up a couple chatterbaits and some flukes to throw in the back, and show what you got.
And we've got a Yamashita. It's a
not
mouse
brown,
caster.
is it? Wait.
Look it up. Mouse caster. It's a real thing.
Hold it up higher.
Okay, check it out.
You gotta hold it up. Put it back up. There you go. Perfect. All right.
Mouse caster.
Hit that share button. Make sure you're sharing it publicly so we can see it, and you guys could win all this stuff. It's a good, it's a good bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and it helps us if you like the stream and comment and interact here as well. It helps to draw more questions.
Yeah.
We got these guys on. We got these guys on here so that way you can ask questions about what's going on, and so you get the details, because this makes it just a lot easier, a lot faster, and all more information is here in one place, kind of thing. So I don't have to keep scrolling around for it. So go ahead and share the post so that way you're interested in the giveaway as well. Let's go ahead and do the deal of the week. This week's deal of the week is deal of the week. Headwaters, both Adventure Company and Headwaters Kayak in Lodi are both doing the same deal. This and it's $250. Hold your kayak, right? Hold your kayak for 60 days through tax season. Go ahead and talk about it, Bryan.
Yep. So $250 deposit holds your kayak for 60 days. We know tax returns are coming in, makes it a little easier to kind of put your name on the boat, the color you want, and then you have 60 days to pay it off. That way you get the colors that you're interested in, and it gives you a little time to get those tax returns in.
Right on.
Got to make sure someone doesn't come and swoop that up underneath you. You're like, oh, I'm waiting on it. Just go, might as well go make sure you have it. It's waiting for you.
For sure.
I think that's a great thing to take advantage of. Those of you who are looking to get a new one and those looking to upgrade, take advantage of it. Put the $250 down. You have 60 days to pay it off. Are they allowed to pay as many increments as they want?
You can come in, put $20 down every couple days. It doesn't matter.
Awesome.
Right on.
Yeah.
Takes $250 to hold it initially, though, right?
Right.
Okay, $250 initially, and then you pay in $20 increments until it's paid off.
Yep.
$20 a day. You can do it.
$20 a day. Yeah, right on. Go collect some bottles. $20 bottles every day if you have to.
Return the recycling.
Yeah, you got to recycle.
Save the world and get a kayak.
There you go. That's what all those recycled plastic bottles, 2 liters, are for, right? That's how they make kayaks. Can you imagine seeing a guy out there with a bunch of 2-liter bottles all blown up and tied together for kayak fishing? Like that's his kayak. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, couple outriggers.
Whatever gets you on the water.
Yeah, whatever gets you participating, man. We want to get you on the water and fishing with us. Right on. Hey, David, do we have any questions on the stream?
No, just a lot of people talking about the houseboat deal. That's pretty. That should be. That'd be really fun if you got some friends. Going out there.
Just tell everybody that's listening. Contact me. I'm getting to know them pretty well up there at Bridge Bay, and if you have any questions or who to contact, and they actually came back to me once they saw people starting to sign up at the hotel and the things that are going on. They got pretty excited about it too because they understand that this kayak thing is getting bigger and bigger. So they want to accommodate us. So let me know if there's a whole bunch of people that want houseboats. Let's try a group rate, see what we can do, and say, hey, let's do this to help these guys out, get them up here. So
yeah, that would be awesome. We will be. So let them know, guys.
Maybe we'll have to start a
event page.
No, just like maybe post on Yakabass or something and get a sign up sheet for a houseboat or something, or maybe 2 houseboats.
We have our website. We have our website. We have the iAngler website, and we have our Facebook page, and we have Instagram. So there's plenty of ways to find the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. Bryan Rusk, find me on Facebook. Message me. In NCKA, I'm Easton Kayaker. That's a holdover from when I was back east. But I'm Easton Kayaker on NCKA, and on Northwest Kayak Anglers, I'm Easton Kayaker. So any of those places, get a hold of me. See what we can do.
Right on. I noticed even you have a hard time. Your brain has to process the title of the event. I was like, I just have to look over here and read it because it takes me a minute. So I'm not the only one. That makes me feel good.
William Wirt wants to know if the captain's meeting is mandatory.
No, we won't make the captain's meeting mandatory, but you will have to. We'll have somebody. Definitely, will be at Bridge Bay, and then if we have some do other launches, you will have to. Nobody's getting on the water without signing the waiver, and you got to get your token. And then we haven't decided exactly how we're going to do it. There's so many. You hate to say there's cheaters, but there are cheaters. So you have to. And I hope nobody comes to our tournament doing that, and we hope that doesn't happen. But we still need to be careful with the way we do things. So if you don't come to the captain's meeting, you will have to. We have to make sure you're paid up. And you might get on the water late, just so you know. So.
Right on.
So show up if you can.
Show up. Best thing is show up at the captain's meeting, and then we'll have exactly what we expect at first light the next morning, what you're expected to do. I know we're going to talk about rules and stuff a little later and stuff, but yeah, we won't make it mandatory.
Right on.
All right. Michael LeVeau wants to know if you're pulling an identifier card the morning of.
Michael LeVoy.
LeVoy.
What we're going to haven't exactly decided, but there's going to be something with somebody's name, with your name on it. You're going to be checked off that you're on the water. You're going to be checked off when you come off the water, and then we haven't. You know what? If it ends up there's 20 or 30 of us, and that kind of stuff's easy to work out. We got time. If there's 150, we might have to come up with a little. I know some of the tournaments, online tournaments, and catch photo release tournaments are dealing with these issues on how to take care of all this stuff and how to, if you're trying to do like we're using iAngler, and cell phone coverage may not be very good where you decide to fish, and you may not be able to upload your fish. And you have to do it when you come back. So there's things that over the next few weeks we'll work out on the best way how we're going to handle it. And the identifier and how we're going to do it is still one of those things. My other tournament, we do tags with names, and we put it on the lanyard, and then you lay it on your fish. But with the Hobie qualifier, we're probably going to be a little more strict on how we do the identification and take the pictures and the rules. These rules that we're using, it's the same thing they use on the Kentucky Lake for the Hobie qualifier. Same rules, just cut and pasted them essentially. So, penalties for not measuring your fish correctly. Here's an interesting thing, iAngler. I know I'm kind of talking about rules now, but I don't know how much you guys have used iAngler before, but they have a measuring tool on their website now that we'll have access to. And we can literally run the length of the fish, and we can verify that you're within a quarter inch or an eighth inch of that fish, and know that the measurement you took is what you're saying it is. So nobody cutting 2 inches out of their hog trough, So and that came out of iAngler. That came out of them doing that. Whatever tournament that was running back there in Kentucky or wherever, somebody cut that piece out of their hog trough.
He was doing it for more than one event.
Yeah,
we don't want to bring that up. That's old news. That's old news, and it's a black eye. So
we want to go away. But the great thing for us is we can use that and run real quick, and it automatically call in the top 3 fish for each person, and we'll shut that off on the second day, a couple hours before the end of the tournament, and so everybody will be surprised when the final comes out.
Daniel Albruckle says, "What's up, Bryan?" And he says, "You'll see you this week with a load of boats."
Yeah. Love hucking boats.
That's right.
Right on.
You don't
Thanks, Dan.
You don't offer store credit like Dan does.
For helping?
For help.
Yeah, we might be able to work something out.
Yeah, I'll be there in 5 hours.
Yeah, you guys want to come down?
A little bit of drive.
Well, it's not that far. But so you know what? We actually can talk about rules if you want. One of the ones I'm going to want to ask you this one right now. Just kind of, I imagine you have a list of rules, but there's kind of the major thing with a lot of the bass events is mouth open, mouth closed. Is there? You guys have what's that going?
So this is section 12 of the rules. And if you go to the iAngler, there's going to be a lot of talk. There's going to be a lot of like this and Facebook and questions and comments. But our official rules, or whatever's the latest is, and our rules allow us to adjust them as we go until the tournament starts. The latest rules will always be on iAngler, so you don't even have to register anything. Just click on Shasta Bass Kayak Classic, register, or scroll down to rules, and they'll pop up. But section 12 is penalties. Open mouth on a fish. half-inch deduction automatically.
Okay, so it's straight up closed, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Straight up closed. If you give us a picture and say it's 18 inches and it's got an open mouth, it's going to be 17 and a half right there. So unnatural manipulation of the fish. If it looks like you're squeezed it till it's only an inch flat, and trying to push that fin out, half inch deduction. Any other device other than your hand holding it. So if we decide to use wristbands or something, just make sure you don't get that caught up in the fish or anything. Just your hand laying on it, and don't let us see fingerprints in the fish. We don't want to see fingerprints. So
you don't abuse your bass, and you don't abuse your children.
That's right.
If anything else, if you put a tie wrap around it or tie a piece of string around it, anything to hold it on that odd trough, and it's going to be automatically disqualified. That fish won't count at all. And if you don't have a picture of the token or whatever we give you and the boat, that we can see the boat in, then the fish will be disqualified.
That actually that kind of raises the question. You said see the boat. Does that mean waiting's okay as long as when you take a picture, you're inside the boat?
That waiting's okay?
Yeah.
No.
Because some tournaments they allow you to wade. You wade, and then when you take your picture, you take your picture inside your kayak or with your kayak in the picture, kind of thing. It's just I don't know. Shasta's not really conducive to waiting. I mean, it's like it's not a little
swimming.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to wade there, but it's got to be normal. You're sitting in your boat and you've got that fish on your hog trough. We've all seen the pictures, and I'll clarify that at the captain's meeting, and we'll have all these up. And I never really thought about wading at Shasta, but if somebody wants to wade, the way I've always done it is you got to have your foot in the boat when you're fishing. That's in the boat, because you can stand in your boat and fish. I don't care. Right? So
yeah,
somehow you got to have a fishing.
You always go up the bank to relieve yourself, but when you're fishing, you're in your boat.
Yeah, take your picture sitting in the boat. If you don't want to worry about any questions like that, take the picture of sitting in the boat. And last thing is 3 p.m. You got to turn in your token or your identifier or whatever. And if we get a whole bunch of people signed up, then what we may do, and we have cell phone service and we can upload, then we might, I'm just saying this, we might have like 2 or 3 laptops going, and it's not like you got to rush back to Bridge Bay, but we might have a couple places you can check in, and as long as there's an official tournament person there that collects your identifier by the correct time, and because some of the launches that we might use are spread out, 20, 30 minutes. So it just depends on numbers. And this is catch, photo, release. You keep any fish, you're disqualified. You can't keep any fish at all. Nothing.
Yeah, that's not per you guys. That's per Department of Fish and Wildlife. For any tournament contest, you have to let your fish go.
Yeah. Anything. If we see any fish on a stringer, restrained, anything. One thing we don't want to do, if we want to do this every year, we don't want to make the fishing game up here. I know the guy in charge of the tournament type stuff, Monty Curry, and he gets me the group fishing license for Howe. That guy has been excellent, and he's great to work with. And Jessica at the U.S. Forest Service, she's been excellent. So we want to make sure that we don't upset them on anything we do. Kayakers leave the place they fished better than when they started, Some guys will pick up trash. You take care of it. You take your line out. You take your trash out. You don't leave oil slicks around. That's what kayakers do. So that's the impression we want to leave up here.
Right on. Any more rules? You want to go over any other rules that you can think of that are the most common ones that are asked?
Yeah,
I
want to go. Just so we know, there is going to be a formal complaint and a formal protest process. Since somebody's going to win this tournament, and then they're going to go somewhere. I talked to Howie yesterday, and some of you guys know Keaton and Kevin Nakata, but they said, we can't tell you where the Hobie Worlds are going to be, and we can't tell you what year it's going to be. All we can tell you is this is a Hobie Fishing World 7 qualifier, and in capital letters, likely not going to be in the United States. So somebody's going to win a trip somewhere.
Yeah. Somewhere
in the world. 2 years ago it was China. This year it was U.S., so it's likely not going to be in the U.S. again. And so protest, will they come up? I don't know. There's a lot of good fishermen signing up. There's a lot of Hobie fishermen, and so there is a protest procedure if you want to protest. But I hope we do a good enough job to come to that.
Why are we talking about that tournament?
Yeah.
What, I don't know if everyone knows all about that. The Hobie Worlds.
The Hobie Worlds. You just search Hobie Worlds fishing and Google it and come up to their website. And Steve Lassard won it this year, and Matthew. I think did Matt Brandon go?
This year, no.
No, I don't think so. No. I thought he saw.
I don't think he's ever. I'm pretty sure he's never been. Pretty sure he's never. Been. He'll comment here. I'm watching.
He'll comment. It's a little delay. He'll comment here in a minute.
Yeah. Anyway, I think like 50.
Yeah, he says he wishes.
Usually between 45 and 50 of the best kayak anglers: Australia, China, Italy, Netherlands, UK, and there's usually quite a few from the U.S. And I don't know how Hobie picks all their people, but for like our tournament, you don't have to have a Hobie kayak. You can have a kayak, you can have a SUP, or you can have a canoe. As long as you don't have a motor on it and it's human powered and it's seaworthy, we're not going to really care. Any brand, anything. But if you win the qualifier, wherever in the world they do this, they fly 50 PA-14s in.
Yeah.
PA-14s rigged exactly the same, with the exact same fish finder,
power poles,
all the equipment's the same. You just bring your fishing rods and your gear, and then they pre-fish for a couple days wherever the tournament is, and then they turn you loose for 2 or 3 days, and it's usually a slam, like a 3-fish slam. But and then you win a bunch of prizes. But so as a tournament here, our obligation to Hobie is to help with the transportation costs to get that person, whoever wins. There shouldn't really be a lot of out-of-pocket expense to do this. So we're going to help with transportation and cost to get that person there. And then when they're there, Hobie takes care of them, I believe. So, and this is the 7th one, and I think they used to do a qualifier up in Oregon, and that got shut down a few years ago or something. I don't know what happened, but it's a, for Hobie guys, it's a pretty big deal, especially the Hobie fishing team. I see a lot. If you go to Hobie's website and see the Hobie fishing team, you start seeing a lot of guys sign up for these tournaments. So.
That sounds like a class, man.
Got a quick question. It kind of didn't really allude to it. When they win just a spot, they are not winning basically the trip. They're just winning it's basically a spot in the Hobie Worlds, correct?
Right. So you win the tournament here. You win the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. We pay for all of your transportation costs to go to the Hobie Worlds tournament, wherever that's at.
Okay.
So you don't pay anything out of pocket to get there. You show up, you hop in the PA-14 they have rigged out for you, and you fish for 3 days.
Jeez, man.
Dude, that's badass. I don't care who you are.
Yeah,
that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's an opportunity you will never forget. Never. And it puts. And if you want to get recognition, you want to be recognized in the sport.
Yeah.
That will put you on the map, lickety split, like without a doubt.
Yeah. And if you don't want to go, if you don't want to get an all expense paid trip to Europe to fish, that's okay.
Who said it was Europe? You're not. You can't. You don't know. You don't know. You better not know.
You can turn that invitation down, and then we're doing a Hobie Outback 2017. So you can take the Hobie Outback instead, and if the first place guy turns it down, then the second place guy will be offered the invite, and so on and so forth till somebody says, "I want to go to wherever and fish."
So the guy first. He takes the Outback instead. Does the second guy also get the expenses paid trip to?
Sure,
Right.
sure. Whoever we send, we're gonna pay to get them there.
Dude,
That's so awesome.
what? Sign up! What are you waiting for?
So if we get 100 guys, 50, 100 guys show up, then what we're going to start doing is then we'll start talking about some cash payouts also. And
there you go.
if you get enough people signed up, we would like to see nothing better than the top 10 to 15 guys win some cash at least to pay for their entry fee and an overnight stay. We would love to do that. Now, but it takes entries and it takes guys willing to do this. And the $100 entry fee, it's kind of different than what a lot of guys are used to doing. But this tournament is going to be, if it goes well and we do the right things, it's going to be important for Northern California and the West Coast and kayak fishing, and a lot of good things will come from it.
Sue wants to know what if a girl wins instead of a guy? I'm sure she still gets the same prize.
I should say fishermen and fisherwomen. In all my posts and everything, I always try to say fishermen and fisherwomen. We would love, I tell you what would really be good. If I did this, I would love to send a fisherwoman or a 16 or 17-year-old, because we'll go down as low as 16 years old, but you got to have your parents with you fishing with you. But we'll do 16-year-olds. So there's a lot of good fishermen around. And if a 16 or 17-year-old
is
in my tournament back east, there's one kid back there, Noah. He outfishes everybody. He wins everything. And,
John Arbuckle's not signing up, is he?
Good luck, man.
That kid's a prodigy, man. He kicked everybody's rear in the WKBS way back when. He's a stick. So he's like a junior senior now, isn't he?
What's that?
John's a junior or senior now, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, I believe he's a junior.
See,
he's getting up there.
You boys better watch out.
He was up here, so
boys better watch out, because John Arbuckle, if he's fishing, he's coming with, he's bringing the heat. That kid like to fish.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the other tournament I run, and I don't want to spend a lot of time talking, but we do a lady angler division, we do a junior division, we do a crab division, we do a white perch division, we do a bluefish division, we do a rockfish division, we do a slam, 3-fish slam. So there's 20 or 30 winners. So, it'd be great. Headwaters is great. It'd be great to grow this tournament into something like that. So,
right on.
Get a lot of winners.
So, do we have so we've established the rules we wanted to go over. Anything else we wanted to go over as far as that kind of stuff goes?
Not really. Otherwise, it's basically safety. Wear your PDF on the water, or PFD on the water. Sorry.
Personal device location.
Life jacket.
Yeah, life jacket. Get on and off the water on time. Here's something I should mention.
Remember
Tournament.
another question I had. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Angler tournament. You can go register without paying the entry fee, and then once you register, just log in and you can do their demo tournament. I think it's. If you click on upcoming tournaments, the demo tournament pops up first. You can go on there, figure out how to upload the app, and then when you're out fishing, you can and you're catching, you can take the picture, practice uploading. Because one of the things you find out in this real-time tournament might be you don't want to waste a lot of time figuring out how to get your fish registered. So practice before you get to the tournament. And I tell you, Verizon is pretty good on the lake. Sprint, some of the other phone may not be so good, but we'll have a way to accommodate that when you come back in. As long as you're in line and we can manually upload your fish, shouldn't be an issue.
Okay, I want to ask I see that people have a question here, but I want to ask mine first before I forget it. some tournament organizations allow you on the water early before the actual line in water time. Is that going to be the case, or is it like line in water?
No.
You can't be on the water until lines are allowed in the water.
We won't let you on the water until, I think what it says is first light, or it will say first light. So, at the captain's meeting or a few days before, we'll say, okay, the sunrise is supposed to be at this time, and
it's like
6:30, 6:15, and there's going to be somebody standing there. So get lined up, though. Get lined up.
So when you're saying you won't let us congregate around the dock. It's literally we can't even put our boats in the water until.
If you get up there lined up and you've got the bow of your kayak in the water and all you want to do is push off and go, that's fine. First come, first serve. But can't be out
in water.
You can't be on the water floating under your own power before whatever time we set.
Okay. That's what I want to know. Okay, so the next question we have people asking is VHF required radio?
No. What we're going to do is, Shasta is full of houseboats and power boats, and I've already got HAL volunteers up there that what we might do is have a couple boats around just checking on people, safety boats. But everybody's gonna sign a waiver. Everybody's gonna have to, you're gonna have to take care of yourself and understand part of being in a fishing tournament. And so cell phone, like I said, cell phones, we should see the fish coming in, and people should be in contact. And they got to have their phones with. If you want to use a digital camera, that's fine. We'll deal with it. But people will have their cell phones with them, and we'll be able to watch what's going on and who's fishing and stuff. So.
Okay, another question. Do we have a tournament links time for each day? One day shorter than the other, both the same time? How long?
I think it's 3:00 on Saturday and 2:30 on Sunday.
Okay, cool.
We've got the banquet room at Bridge Bay reserved on Sunday. Saturday there's just a gathering spot where we're all gathering and we'll answer any questions, talk about the next day, hand out the tokens or whatever we're going to do, or tell you when we're going to hand out the tokens. But on Sunday, if you're going to stick around, we've got a banquet room, and I don't know if we'll do food or snacks or whatever. We haven't decided. It depends on how many people sign up, actually.
Okay.
And then 2:30 on Sunday, maybe get everybody on the road by 5-ish, hopefully, if we're doing right.
Cool.
Sweet.
So that's kind of the itinerary right there, right? Kind of.
That's kind of the itinerary. Yeah.
You want to do
first light Saturday, first light Sunday, off 3 and off at 2:30. Awards ceremony on Sunday. We're going to shut off the live feed probably around noon on Sunday, so you won't be able to look and monitor what's going on. But anybody that's watching anywhere in the world is going, and if it's working right, and we're uploading the fish, people should see real time who's uploading and who's in the lead.
Okay, cool.
Is there a cutoff day for pre-fishing?
If you want to fish at night on Shasta, I don't know. We just don't want to see anybody out on the water, a kayak on the water Saturday morning. If you want to pre-fish Friday, or I hadn't really thought about that rule, but probably what we would say is once the captain meeting happens on Friday night, no fishing till first light Saturday morning.
That's fair.
Good reward.
Fair. And the captain's meeting is what time on Friday?
6:00.
Okay.
Well, you can come in here between 2 and 6 to register, stop by, go to your hotel, your campsite, and then come back at 6. And that's when we'll try to gather everybody. They got a big warehouse here. We'll move the boats out of the way, try to get everybody in there, and go over all the rules. Whoever's interested in going over everything. And big thing for us is the liability waiver. Nobody gets on the water without that thing.
Okay.
Can you fish while under power?
In other words, trolling. That's what that means. He doesn't want. He wants to know for
no trolling, no live bait.
Right
So
on.
you have to, just like a regular bass boat, got to be good with that bait caster, that spinning rod, and figure it out.
This is a bass tournament, not a trout derby.
Yeah, no trout derby.
It's not a trout derby. You want to troll. Go Go fish for that trout food. Do you know that
Right.
the trout is the cousin to the carp?
Well, if you show up,
It
and
is.
your kayak's
So
got
you like fishing for them trout fish?
And in the back of, you might get a little suspicious.
Jeff Davies asked if Jones Valley is going to be a launch site, and we've addressed that. It's going to be where?
The official launch site right now is Bridge Bay Resort, and then if we get to the point where it's going to be easier if we open up another one, then Jones Valley will probably be the second one we open. And there is camping there and some stuff there, and the lake's so high that it'll be pretty convenient. But it just depends on numbers. And if a whole group of people said, we're going to go to Jones Valley and camp because it's cheaper to stay, then we might consider that and open it up. But right now, I cannot say that officially. So don't plan what you're doing around that.
The likelihood is slim, is what you're saying.
Well, the likelihood it's if the registration page lights up tomorrow and a bunch of people start signing up, the likelihood gets better and better.
Okay. Do you have a ballpark figure for where it would become multiple launch? A ballpark figure?
We hit 50. We'll start considering it at 50.
Okay.
Because getting 50 guys on at this ramp at Bridge Base, there's a lot of parking and there's a long ramp and plenty of kayaks. You start hitting 50, then pretty soon you say maybe open up another place and let them choose which one they want to fish at.
Too. Plus, we don't want to take up the ramp for all the basketball guys that'll be up there. But I don't imagine it'll be a whole lot because Phil's going to be in the know. He's going to let everybody know, and most of those guys are already going to know that we're going to be there, so they're probably going to avoid the lake.
Bridge Bay Resort is closing down the north ramp to bass boats that day.
Oh,
both days. No bass boats, but we're launching.
Oh, so basically, more or less, we shouldn't have to worry about a whole lot of boat traffic coming in and out of there anyways, huh?
No, on that launch, you won't have to worry about any boat traffic. They're not going to let any boats on that launch. They've already told me that.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome, man.
See, when you do it right, things get shut down for you. Look at that. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got the itinerary. We got the tournament rules. Do we want to go ahead and do our drawing for last week, David?
Let's do it, man.
Right on. I apologize. I do apologize in advance. I forgot to. I ran out of time to do a wheel so that way David's screen is shared. Actually, you know what? Let me see. I might be able to do that real quick. Let me see if I can do one really fast.
You want me to share my screen?
Actually, yeah. Well, hold on. Give me a quick second, real quick. Let me see if I can do it without making it awkward, showing everybody what I'm working on.
How many anglers are registered for the tournament right
now? It's around 20, maybe a couple more. They're trickling in once we announce the Hobie qualifier, so we'll see.
Everyone always waits till last minute for everything, anyways. It all last few days. But sign up, guys. All the raffle that they're giving away. You have a possible trip to Europe. That's huge just for a tournament. That's
brand new Hobie Kayak.
Brand new Hobie Kayak.
Yeah, if you can't go, GoPro can't take off. But yeah, you have a brand new Hobie.
All right, David, you go ahead and share your screen, and then I'll adjust it and send it over.
It's shared.
Boom,
Let me know when.
Look at this. Okay, cool. So let me go. Boom. Here you go. We'll get that taken care of. We'll get it shipped out to you. And we'll forward the information to Bryan so that Bryan can send that as well. Send you that Yamashita.
Sheeta.
Yamashita.
And if somebody wins this, they got to post a picture of them catching a fish with it.
Right.
I've kept this for a very special purpose, and this is it.
Hey Wes, they're saying there's no sound.
Oh, what? And I did it. Yeah, that's my bad. I apologize about that. I forgot.
Was it just the wheel?
Yeah, it was just the wheel, but we still showed who won. Oh, look at it. Brandon saw. Cool, right on. So, with that, anything else we want to talk about before we sign off for the evening?
I want to mention something else about Heroes on the Water. In case anybody's around for the Anderson Boat Show, we're going to ask for some volunteers for how to work the booth, Headwaters booth. There's going to be a 60-foot long pool there this year, and they're going to be able to demonstrate some kayaks in the pool.
Oh, really?
But they're going to let Hal share the booth. And I think what we're going to do this year is take donations on that day. And if you donate, it'll probably be $25. But if you donate $25 that day, we'll hand you a Heroes on the Water hat or a Heroes on the Water T-shirt. So we're going to use that to try to raise some money for Hal too. And if you want to volunteer to help out at the booth, we can assign times, come by and stand by for a couple hours and talk about Hal.
Right on.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to throw out there? You guys don't go anywhere. Don't hang up on the session on our conversation because I'll end this and we'll chat afterwards. All right, just so you guys are aware. Is there anything else you guys want to throw in there? Oh, hey, what if somebody just watching wants to donate to Heroes on the Water and help get some veterans in on the water?
If you want to make a donation, the best thing to do is to help your local chapter. Like NorCal is the Bay Area, and we're up here near Shasta. But you go to the HOW website, and it says donate. And then when you go to pay, there'll be a PayPal thing. And in the comment section of that, you just write in which chapter you want the money to go to. And or you can go to, each chapter has an individual Facebook page, and you can go to that Facebook page and click that donate button, and it'll go to that chapter. If you want to get a lot of people are asking about getting hats and T-shirts. Go look at the house store, but only chapter coordinators can really buy from the house store right now. But if you contact a chapter coordinator and say, hey, what we do then is we either collect the money from you and we order it and get it to you. It takes a little time, or you can go to the same thing. Go donate, put your name in there in the comment, say chapter, whatever donation. I want to buy a hat, and we'll see that, and then we can get the hat and get it to you. However we can get it to you. But I just talked with Hal a couple days ago, and they're going to open up a store where anybody has access and can buy HOW gear pretty soon.
Another way to donate.
Another way, they sell that stuff, and of course they make a profit off. But it's great stuff too. They got this Huck shirt that I got that has the HOW emblem on it. They got these red shirts. They got a few of these left. They got really nice hats, and so
sure people have no problem of them turning a profit off some stuff. And we're all It's all why we're doing it. It's why we're buying it anyways, to donate. So awesome.
Right. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we go real quick?
I don't think so.
Right on.
Good.
Right
that
on.
online photo contest, guys. People are turning in fish. It's getting heated.
Yeah.
So,
we got. It's,
I don't board yet.
We don't want. Yeah, we don't want to touch on the controversial stuff. So, anyways. Yeah, sign up for the Yakabass online photo contest. We've got our events coming up here in March. Be on lookout for the sign-ups for those. Go sign up for the Shasta Bass Kayak Classic. You see my eyes? Go read it real quick. Sign up for and help support HOW and potentially win a spot in the Hobie Worlds as the Hobie Worlds, which is a big deal. Like, it's not just a spot; it's literally the journey. You get to they will be sending you to go. Sign up. It is awesome. It's something.
Oh, one last thing, Wes. Sorry, Wes.
It's all good.
Once you're up the invitation to that Hobie Worlds, then you have a little bit of time to decide that you do or don't want to go. But if you say that day I'm going, and then decide a week later you're not going, don't expect to get a prize. I just want you to know that.
They're going to be booking it, so yeah. If you guys don't have the kayak yet and you're watching this, head down to, either Headwaters in Reading or Headwaters in Lodi, and put that $250 down and reserve your kayak.
And remember, if you don't have one, also the option is always to rent one. For this event, they're going to be renting them. So with that, we appreciate you guys watching. Remember to share this post for a chance to win the Chatterbaits and Zoom Flukes and the Yamashita. And we appreciate you watching. We will see you guys.
Also, get ready for the Yakabass live event starting in March.
Yes.
It's going to be a good time, guys.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the signups on that. All right, with that, Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Love, peace, and chicken grease.